Okay, good. Now take your belt. And we're going to do the shoulder halter because that's really, that really just gives such freedom for the neck, as well as putting the shoulders in healthy alignment. So you're going to take your belt and fold it in half. So holding it right at that midpoint, take it behind your back and place it right at the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And then bring it around the sides, flip it over, and cross it behind your back. And then you will hold the two sides of the belt with it crossed behind like so, and just pull down. As you pull down, feel the freedom that allows in your neck. And breathe easy. Maybe you felt your jaw release a little bit. And you might play a little bit with stretching in this position, lowering one ear toward the shoulder, and then the other side. And then turning your head. And a gentle stretch from side to side in this position. And then pulling down again, feel that position of your shoulder girdle. The neck rises up effortlessly. And again, the head well positioned, balanced effortlessly on the top of the spine. Okay, release. And we're going to do a stretch for the pec muscles. That's the muscles that go from the center of the chest out to the side. And they are when they're tight, which is very common, they'll tend to bring the shoulders forward. And this creates rounding in the back, tightness in the chest. That can lead to constriction in the neck. So take your right hand to the wall, roughly at shoulder height, and push your hand into the wall. And then keeping your hand pushing into the wall, start to turn away from the wall until you feel a stretch in the upper right region of your chest. And it doesn't take much usually. So breathe there. You may wish to turn your right hand slightly out. That might give you a little bit more stretch, and you might feel this not just in the top chest, but in the upper arm, and sometimes all the way down the arm into the wrist and the hand. Keep your throat open, your chin parallel with the floor. Stretch, turn away a little bit more. And release, change sides. Take your left hand to the wall. If it helped you on the first side, turn it slightly out. Pushing your hand into the wall, turn away from the wall till you feel that stretch. Keep your chin in line with your sternum so your neck stays in a neutral position. And perhaps turn a little bit more. Take a few more breaths here. Okay, and release. Good, roll your shoulders a little bit, up and back, up and back, up and back. Stand in Tadasana with your feet either hip distance apart or the inner edges of your feet together. Parvatasana, clasp hands overhead. Interlace your fingers well. Stretch your arms forward and take your arms up. Open the wrists. From your upper arms, pull the inner line of your shoulder blades down toward the waistline, as if you were bringing the inner line of the shoulder blades really down. Engaging your upper back slightly to free your neck. Stretch up through your arms. And release, change sides. Take your wrists forward and up. And if it's hard for you to feel that instruction of pulling the inner line of your shoulder blades down, you can bend your elbows. Place the backs of your hands on the top of your head, and from your elbows, pull down. Okay? And that should engage your upper back, and you keep that as you stretch your arms up. Allow the back of your neck to lengthen upwards. Okay, good, release. Take your strap again. This time make a loop in your strap. And do a couple more things. This is a stretch for the back of the neck. You'll make a loop that is just about 6 inches or so wide, and you'll take your wrists into that loop with your palms facing in. Okay. Pushing your wrists out into the belt. Roll your shoulders back, lift up through your chest. You might feel that engagement in your upper back here. Again, the shoulder blades here might feel like they're coming in toward the spine. So lift up through the chest, that's important. The collarbone's broad and the upper chest broad and spacious. Press into the belt with your wrists. And then if you want to take it a little bit deeper, bring your chin down toward your chest to stretch the back of the neck. Keep your arms as straight as you can while continuing to roll your shoulders back. Head down. Good. All right. Slowly release. Here's a stretch for the sides of the neck. Take your belt over your right shoulder. Pull slightly down on your belt, but lift up through the sides of your body. Lift your chest. Lower your left ear toward your left shoulder. To take this a little bit deeper, take your left hand behind your body and hold your elbow. So taking the left ear toward the left shoulder, that's going to stretch the side of the neck. And then look slightly down. This will bring the stretch into the back of the neck, an area where many of us are very tight. And then back to the first position. And now take your head slightly back, and this will stretch the muscles more toward the front of the neck. Steady, smooth, gentle breath. And then back to the side position. And slowly up. Okay, let's change sides. That's a big one. Take your belt over your left shoulder. Lift up through your chest as you pull gently down on the belt, meaning that when you pull down on the belt, it shouldn't shorten here. You want to lift up into that resistance. If you did on the first side, hold behind your elbow and lower your right ear towards your right shoulder. Breathe here. Keep the chest lifted, the collarbones broad. And then look slightly down. Bring it into the back of the neck. And then slowly look up, turn up. Bring it into the front of the neck. Very gentle, subtle movement here. Breathe. Okay, and slowly return your head to the center. Stand in Tadasana for a moment. And again, feel your collarbones and upper back broad. So the top chest and the upper back both broad. Your head balanced effortlessly on the top of your spine. Allow the back of your neck to lengthen and your face to soften.